And the falsehoods kept coming fast and furious about the January 6th insurrection, about the threat to Vice President Pence, about Pence's ability to overturn the election, about COVID, about the economy, and more. He called a black law enforcement officer a thug. He said people here in Washington, D.C. at Chinatown don't speak English. He attacked Caitlyn as a nasty woman because she was trying to get him to answer a question. Perhaps most chillingly, the day after a 9-person jury of his peers in New York found him liable for sexual battery and defamation and ordered him to pay writer E. Jean Carroll $5 million, he made fun of her account.
CNN is still doubling down? This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, ladies and gentlemen, go and get the link in the description section. Get you one of these shirts. I think we put CNN sucks. You'll get 30% off this shirt. So go get you a Trump shirt today. Show some support for Donald Trump. And CNN is trash and they got exposed. But we'll talk about that on another time. Link is in the description section. The discount code is right here. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let me just say this. Like the video. Like the video. If you see it, whether you know me or not, whether it's your first time watching or not, just hit the like button. Therefore, the video will go viral. Let's get into this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I had to make this collaboration of clips because CNN still trying to double down on getting their head beat in by Donald Trump on his town hall. I don't know what kind of crack that they were smoking, but it must be infused with the same type of crack that Bud Light was smoking. I don't know why this false bravado sense of entitlement from these leftist lunatics to think that they can bring the man up here. And I don't know if they're deceptive or deceiving themselves, that y'all ain't got the sauce, bro. Y'all not on the right side of history. Y'all are not on the right side of ideas. And you then brought Donald Trump up there thinking that you're going to make him look bad because y'all been selling yourself a lie. The man is charismatic. The man ain't gonna take y'all bullcrap serious, and the American citizens can see right through the bullcrap. Let me just play the clip because I wanted to debunk or explain everything that Jake Tapper ended up saying after Donald Trump's town hall. They literally let him do it, and then they brought this fool on to say this was a lie, this was a lie, this was a lie, this was a lie. It's like, what? You think we stupid? All right, let's play the clip, because I'm going to show and disprove almost everything he said. Roll the clip.
Oh, from Washington, and it was an interesting night. Mr. Trump's first lie was told just seconds into the night with his false familiar claim that the 2020 election was, quote, a election.
About it is not a.
Now my thing is, and I'm going to play it. Like, I don't think it's proven that that's a lie. I think people may defer or have difference of opinions, or maybe that's insufficient evidence to prove, but it's definitely not enough evidence to disprove, to call it a lie. But listen to how citizens think about it. Roll the clip.
Truth teller. That's the way he's always been when he was a businessman. He's been a politician. He has lied about the 2020 election. Stuffed ballot boxes, it's all made up. He's lost dozens of court cases. Does it bother you that he keeps talking about 2020 and not 2024? I'll ask you first. This is Jonathan Leslie. He's 40, Republican, voted for Trump twice. How do you feel about those lies?
So I feel like part of it's also the media narrative, as you guys asked him the first question at the town hall about the 2020 election, rather than current stuff.
So don't you think he could say it's time for me to start talking about 2024 and not lies that aren't true?
Couldn't the media ask him a question about 2024?
Well, there were questions, but you're right. That was the first thing, but that's something that was on our mind. And that's why I was asked first. Mike?
Or race.
They so sorry, man. Like, the average person is like, are y'all bringing it up or you saying he bringing it up? Come on. Let's go. It gets worse.
If you are the Republican nominee and you are in that 2024 race, will you commit tonight to accepting the results of the 2024 election?
Yeah, if I think it's an honest election, absolutely I would.
Will you commit to accepting the results of the election regardless of the outcome?
You want me to answer it again? If I think it's an honest election, I would be honored to. And right now, we are so far ahead of both Democrat and Republican. And you know what? If I don't win, this country is going to be in big trouble. It's so sad to see what's happening.
But no commitment there on the accepting the results regardless of the outcome.
If it's an honest election, correct. I will.
Okay, so not committing to accepting the 2024 election results.
Get this chick out of here, man. Like I said this on the video yesterday, everybody should be saying the same thing Trump is saying. If it's honest and it's fair, then be accepting of it.
And the falsehoods kept coming fast and furious about the January 6th insurrection, about the threat to Vice President Pence, about Pence's ability to overturn the election, about COVID, about the economy, and more. He called a black law enforcement officer a thug.
And a person named Ashley Babbitt was killed.
Yes.
You know what? She was killed, and she shouldn't have been killed. And that thug that killed her, there was no reason to shoot her. At blank range, cold blank range, they shot her. And she was a good person. She was a patriot. There was no reason. There was no reason.
Now, Jake Tapper tried to throw it out there. He said a black man was a thug. It's all for shenanigans and bullcrap. You just heard him explain what he was saying. I think he was a thug. I think he should be in jail for shooting Ashley Babbitt. It's not even close. And it's not just that he shot Ashley Babbitt. He lied about why he shot her. He was not, nobody else had a gun out but him. The dude literally lied and shot her in the neck. In law enforcement, you're supposed to shoot center mass. You're not supposed to shoot people in the neck. She didn't have a gun. She wasn't armed. He could have walked up and slapped her out the window, but he shot her in the neck. On video, everybody can see that he lied. Anyway, they want to they want to make it about race.
And he went on television to brag about the fact that he killed her.
He said people here in Washington, D.C. at Chinatown don't speak English.
I want to talk about some of the other investigations that you're facing.
You hear what he said? He said people in Chinatown don't speak English. These people so goddamn sorry, it just make me mad. Listen to what Trump said.
Talked about others at the top, but one of those is the special counsel's investigation into classified documents that were found at Mar-a-Lago. Why did you take those documents with you when you left the White House?
I had every right to under the Presidential Records Act. You have the Presidential Records Act. I was there and I took what I took and it gets declassified. Biden, on the other hand, he has 1,850 boxes. He had boxes sent to Chinatown, where they don't speak even English in that Chinatown we're talking about.
And then listen to what he said. He said Chinatown. Chinatown, they don't even speak English in that Chinatown that we're talking about. Now, I think Donald Trump is talking about you know where he was sending them classified information. He wasn't talking about Chinatown in America. I don't think that's what he was talking about. That's why he said the Chinatown that we're talking about. He's alluding to the fact that he sent it to China. That's where he sent the classified documents to. Why would he send it to Chinatown? Think about this for a minute. Biden sent his documents to Chinatown. What does that even mean? Where he gonna send it in Chinatown? He sent the documents and set them in the middle of the street in a place called Chinatown? No, he talking about he sent classified information to the Chinese. That's what he's saying. But of course, Jake Tapper and them are foolish.
I got to stop you right there
because
because
they talk about us. Just so you understand, I had every right to do it. I didn't make a secret of it. You know, the boxes were stationed outside of the White House. People were taking pictures of the GSA of the various people.
I got to stop you right there, though, because the Presidential Records Act, which is not well known to a lot of people, I read it. It does not say that you can take documents with you. It says actually that they are the property of the federal government.
It says you talk, you negotiate, you make a deal. It's not criminal, by the way. The Presidential Records Act is not criminal.
He attacked Caitlyn as a nasty woman because she was trying to get him to answer
That fool sound like he finna cry. What a buster.
her question.
I think is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Isn't she being nasty with him? You see how she was talking to him before? Listen, dummy, you're supposed to be just asking questions. You don't supposed to put your political bias in questioning. You ask the man a question, let him finish his answer, and then rebut his answer. You don't talk over the man. Have some respect, man. He's a former president. Have some freaking respect. That's why he called her nasty. I thought that was nasty. I thought she was disrespectful for the way she was acting.
Perhaps most chillingly, the day after a 9-person jury of his peers in New York found him liable for sexual battery and defamation and ordered him to pay writer E. Jean Carroll $5 million, he made fun of her account of her sexual assault.
Look at this crazy lady. She is the craziest. Let me just say this. I don't think they should have charged. I don't think that Donald Trump should have been found responsible. I think that the court must have been biased. That's why in the court of law you can have an appeal. But how did this lady sound credible enough with no eyewitnesses, video camera evidence, none of that? I'm gonna play the clip. How does she sound credible to recount something 30 years ago that Donald Trump abused her? And she came out with this as she's writing a book. It's funny to me that she can claim that Donald Trump raped her. And in the court proceeding, they found that that wasn't true. How does he not sue her for defamation? She said rape, and it wasn't true. But he can't defend himself and say she's a lying, bat, crazy woman that he never met. Come on, man. Listen to this fool. I know y'all seen this clip, but listen to this if you've never seen it. How is she believable?
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
My poll numbers went up. And
she crazy as a mother, man. She crazy as a mother. And they believed her from 30 years ago? Come on, bro.
they went up with the other fake charge, too. Because what's happening is they're doing this for election interference. This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I had a picture taken years ago with her and her husband, nice guy, John Johnson. He was a newscaster, very nice man. She called him an ape. Happens to be African American. Called him an ape. The judge wouldn't allow us to put that in. Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow to put that in.
I know you're recounting what she said, but Mr. President.
Let me just, if I could, because you asked the question.
This was a
just
jury,
so you understand,
though.
if I was walking in at the park, because I was very famous then, and I owned the Plaza Hotel right next door, and I owned buildings around it, I'm not going into a dressing room of a crowded department store. Then I say, if she was being raped, and by the way, they said she wasn't raped. Okay, that was her charge. It wasn't.
They found that you sexually abused her.
No, what? Say what? They did. They said he didn't rape her, and
They did not
I didn't
say
do
she
anything else either. You know what? Because I have no.
Why she won't let him finish what he said? He said that they said he didn't rape her. They clearly say he didn't rape her. He did not get, found responsible for raping her. And the girl want to keep pushing it.
No idea who the hell she is.
But Mr. President,
I don't know who this woman
can I
is.
ask you, given your recounting
I
your
don't
version?
know who, and I tell you this.
But Mr.
Are
President,
you ready?
can I
swear
ask
on
you
my
because-
children, which I'd never do. I have no idea who this woman. This is a fake story, made up story. We had a horrible Clinton-appointed judge. He was horrible. He allowed her to put everything in. He allowed us to put nothing in.
Mr. President,
this is a
you're
fake
recounting your version
story.
of events here right now to the audience.
And I swear to, I have no idea who the hell. She's a
Mr.
whack
President,
job.
you did not testify.
Here he is at this town hall today.
Did she not sound like a whack job when y'all saw that clip? She's wacky.
I've never met her before, and you're just making fun of her. How did that make you feel as a woman?
I didn't really care.
Why didn't you care?
I don't know enough about the case. Women can be victims of abuse. Women can also make up stories. I mean, we see it all the time. So I don't know. All of these situations where people are coming out 20, 30 years later, I don't listen to it.
The audience laughed.
And applauded. The former president making his first appearance tonight on this.
And they laughed and applauded because how ridiculous. See, the average person can see how ridiculous these things are. It's ridiculous. This woman claiming that Donald Trump is a celebrity. That means that if he walks into a mall, everybody's going to recognize him. And he's somehow going to sneak and push some woman in her 60s. He said she was in her 60s. Push some woman in her 60s into a she said he didn't even rape her, but pushed her into a dressing room to kiss her. Man, that man got so much money and fame, he could just take her to a hotel. Why you got to push her in public? And where's the video camera? Like, somebody could just say that. And you say, I don't know her. She said, yeah, he knows me. No evidence, no independent witnesses. Yeah, maybe they had testimony from other people that verified that that may have happened to her. I don't know, but it just seemed crazy. But Americans don't care about it. Some idiot somewhere care about it. But what is him pushing some girl in a thing? A civil matter 30 years ago got to do with your 401k, or got to do with inflation, got to do with job opportunities, got to do with people running into our country unopposed, invading us. What is him 30 years ago on a civil suit? If it was really something, he should have went down criminally. But it's just about moolah, baby. Anyway, let me get off here. I just had to make another video. I'm going to make another video because Byron Donald just torched the mainstream media and CNN on this same subject. So stay tuned. I got the Byron Donald video popping up right after this one. I'll see y'all on the next one. Get you one of these shirts. I'm out.